And this hangout is live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a Snarkalec radio reunion. It's a reunion. It's not the reunion. It's just getting together with old friends. So tonight, so far with me is big contributor to Snarkalec Radio.
My Plitsky.
Arriving fashionably late. The reason we're delayed.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it had more to do with Windows updates on my part than anything else. So, Mike's here. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, guys, how are you?
All right. You look so still and blurry and whatever.
Thank you.
Colorful.
Colorful.
That's what I was going for. No, I am not in my new studio yet, so I'm on an old laptop in the middle of nowhere. So the bandwidth isn't great, so I'm turning the camera off so you don't lose me.
Okay. Oops, it's me again. So I got caught eating ice cream. Also, who does tonight? Big member of Snarkalec Radio, Mr. Kelly Toole.
Getting bigger every day due to carbohydrates. Hi, everybody. Kelly Toole at KELLYTHUL on Twitter.
And last but not least, my partner in the snooze and big contributor to Snarkalec Radio over the time that we were doing that live is Mr. Dylan Lang.
Wait, is this live?
Yes, it is.
Yes, we started it because it started late, and I sent you the email and the invite. And Helena, if you're watching, check your email. You said you wanted to do something, so we sent you an invite. So you have been invited. So don't worry about fussing and getting your hair did if you want to come in.
I should really be a more active participant in this. Like, I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't realize we were live.
Yeah. No, that's...
The funny part is I couldn't tell that you weren't in more.
Mike, you haven't changed.
Because you know my tells now. We've done so many of these together.
Yeah, like that.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get caught up with each other, and we'll talk about some stuff and maybe play a little bit of a game, go through a quiz. But right before we came on, we were having a conversation that might interest Mike because Dylan was showing us his beer, and we were talking about his beer.
Beer.
And
lemony.
It's lemony. So, ooh, I got ice cream on my mic. Ew. You know what that looks like, right, Mike?
It looks like you did yesterday when we finished.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Off to a strong start.
And have missed a beat. Yeah, have missed a beat. Yeah.
So, I was eating ice cream, and I had an idea, Mike. We got to make this work. Ice cream flavored beer.
Well, there's beer. Yeah, doesn't that exist already? Isn't that a thing?
Ice cream flavored. There might be beer flavored ice cream.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's beer flavored ice cream. Yeah, there should be ice cream flavored beer.
Right. So I'm thinking we get a couple of ice cream trucks, drive by all the elementary schools.
Absolutely. Kids are way better when they're drunk. Like they're not that funny sober. Like you think it's cute if they're your kid and they're telling you a joke or something like that, but let's be honest, it's not that funny. You get a couple drinks in that kid's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I think someone already may be doing it because I don't know if you've seen the commercial where the teacher
giving their kids alcohol.
No, she's going to travel. And the kids are all over the place in the classroom, and there's like one kid like in this big giant fish tank, and they look like 7 and 8 year olds. So I think maybe they had some ice cream flavored beer.
Oh, 7 and 8 year olds. That's the best age for it too. Did you ever see a 7-year-old on shrooms? It is amazing. Because first off, you have to remember, like, they still haven't experienced so many things. So you're getting to experience life all over again through their eyes. And then imagine you're doing that while they're tripping balls.
Well, I do have a 7-year-old. Maybe I should look into that.
Yeah, Dylan, give your 7-year-old
idea.
I think we're off to a really good start for this reunion show.
I was just thinking of, there are so many people that I know that have cats. What would happen? Like, has anybody ever seen a cat on shrooms? I'm gonna guess
have
that
I looked at a cat while I was on shrooms, or given
No,
shrooms
have
to a
you ever-
cat?
No, have you ever seen a cat on shrooms? Because what would a cat on shrooms like?
No,
I don't know. I'm not a cat person, so
I know you're not, but Dylan and Kelly are.
Yeah,
Kelly
I-
loves
And
the
there are
pussy.
many.
I mean, catnip is not quite the same, but it's interesting to see the cat on catnip. Yeah.
So glad you're here with us, Mike, today. Really great that you're here with us today. Now I have nothing to add to this. By the way, that's going to be my official position for most of the show, and you'll get used to it. I have nothing else to add to this.
You're conscientious.
I just want to check.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we've got like the whole peanut gallery checking in. Scotty's there, Lee's there, I think Laura's there. Oh wow, that's really interesting. So hey Dill, since this is almost like the snooze light, because we're going to be doing the snooze next Thursday, why don't you go ahead and get started with that list that you have.
Just
Before you do, Dylan, super cool of you, Tony, to go. This is like the snooze light. When you add Mike and I, we somehow lessen the value of it.
Well, because we're not going to
That's
do
cool.
snoozy stuff, though.
No, I hear you. I feel you.
This is like the snooze. We bring the squat cobbler guys, so it sucks.
So it's like,
No,
like a sucky version of the snooze. So go ahead, Dylan. We'll try not to ruin it for you.
No, to be fair,
Go ahead, awesome guy.
Kelly. Now, to be fair, Kelly, you were a member of the snooze once. So when Tony was on his cruise, and we had our discussion on one of these shark movies. So you're an alumnist, as it were. Now, Mike, we just got to get Mike on the snooze.
Yeah, well, you see, and our new banner on the snooze is it's snooze. It's not fake news. It's the snooze. Okay, because it's only real news on the snooze.
So Dylan, spare the pity, beanpole, and just go.
All right, well, let's do the birthdays real quick. I'm just going to do them for June because we got to say something for next week because I don't think we've got anything for next week. So,
I think it's a light show.
June 8th, we've got Jackie Barker. June 13th is the real Lydia O'Neill. June 20th is some loser named Dylan. I don't know. And the 27th, we wrap up June's birthdays with Mr. DH Gamer Mike. Oh, wait. Damn. Today, June 1st, is Mike's birthday. That's right. Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you. Well, it's not just any birthday. I'm officially 35 now. And with that, I would like to make a very special announcement that Kelly will be joining me with. We're going to take a journey together. It's going to be deeper and more sensual than the journeys we've already taken together.
Hold that thought, Mike. Hold that thought.
Yeah, just the thought.
Hold deeper and more sensual.
Just
Everyone, right now, just picture Kelly and I deeper and more sensual.
I have nothing else to add to this. So, what the hell is going on with this thing?
Are you even hearing that?
Yes.
President, happy birthday to you.
Oh, Tony, you're such a snake charmer.
Yeah, and you have no idea how apropos that was, given Mike's announcement.
It was almost as if I knew in advance. It's the psychic ability.
Everyone, I want to be serious for a second here, which is difficult to do with this crowd, and especially considering this is the snooze light. But for a second, I'm going to try and be serious here and tell you that now that I'm 35, I am going to officially announce my candidacy for president of the United States of America, along with my running mate, Kelly Toole. We're still working. I'm putting together the campaign ad right now. We're about to hit the campaign trail, which is part of the pagan tour, the drones and blowjobs tour. And on the campaign trail, I think I'm putting together the commercial now, so you can expect like explosions and flags and money and like girls in bikinis, everything you want a politician to deliver to you. Trump said he was going to make America great again. We're going to make America greater. And we're dropping the A permanently. This is America from now on.
It's almost if Kelly knew also because of his American flag shirt he's got on.
Well, Kelly's 100% on board with this. Yep. He supports my policies. And not only that, but it's really important your running mate hasn't done porn. So that's why Kelly's on this.
Yeah, I think that's actually in the Constitution somewhere. There's always got to be one person on the ticket that doesn't have a Pornhub channel, for example. So,
see, but this is why you need me running this country. I have no skeletons in my closet. You can go and watch my skeletons on my Pornhub channel.
Right. And we all know Mike won't pull out of the Paris Agreement.
Kelly, you killed it tonight. I don't even think I can top that. And this is why you're my running mate, sir. That and somebody has to pee for me if there's a drug test.
Where do you stand on Twitter as far as, tweeting? Are you going to be as active as the current president?
I'm going to try and be more active starting tomorrow. I'm going to be all over Twitter. More importantly, though, we are going to launch a Kelly and Mike merchandise line. So it's going to have all the slogans you would want. And by that, I mean, tell us what slogans you want. We're going to make those shirts. Obviously, make America greater would have to be something like that. Or like, fuck it, your other options are probably worse.
Or be a tool 2020.
See, this is why it's snooze light with us, Mike, because of that comic wizardry that Dylan can roll out effortlessly.
If only we had the gravitas that they're bringing to it. I need to be tweeted at more. Not that I'm reading the tweets, but I'm looking at my notifications, and I only have 33 notifications. Like Myrna or somebody who's on and watching this right now, please just tweet at me like 100 times. I just want an insane amount of notifications so I can take a screenshot of it and make that tomorrow morning's Instagram post.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Seconds after you announce your candidacy for the president of the United States. So, like, don't you have to, like, legally, like, file papers somewhere?
I don't know. Fuck all that stuff. Listen.
You think Trump did? No, he just walked down that he went down that escalator and said, "I'm running."
Yeah, there's two things you need to know about my candidacy. Our current president is Donald Trump, the man who created the pizza, a very real thing that was sold at 7-Eleven. It was a sandwich with bread made of 2 pieces of pizza. He's our current president. Sure, I might have done some porn. Sure, I probably can't pass a, standardized drug test.
Yeah, but maybe a remedial drug test you could pass.
Drug test light.
But I mean, is it really worse though? Let's be honest. Because the important thing you need to know about me as your candidate is, I was under investigation a year ago by the federal government, but they didn't find shit. I mean, I was innocent. And that's the most important takeaway from this. And as Kelly and I established, I never molested a priest.
We did, without a doubt. There was sexual harassment of a doctor involved, but there was no priests involved at all.
See that? Beat a federal charge. Never molested a priest. Kelly hasn't done porn.
And
there's 3 important bullet points right there.
Kelly's very patriotic shirt.
Kelly loves America.
Is that an American?
That's right.
And I'm noticing that your avatar picture is actually red, white, and blue. So you bleed the flag.
I'm always patriotic. I do.
So where do you stand on the wall? On the top, on the American side, on the Mexican side?
So here's the thing. I have absolutely nothing against well, all right, I do. I have nothing against Mexican people. Mexican people are awesome and I love them. I am deathly afraid of going to Mexico as a country. Now, just to put this in perspective for you, I'm going to Nicaragua soon. I don't know where the fuck that is. It sounds like a super dangerous place, but I'm going there. I won't go to Mexico. I've been to Arizona. I've seen Mexico from the US side of it. It looks perfectly nice to me. Somehow in my mind, I have this blocker where Mexico is the scariest place in the fucking world. In my mind, I go over the border, I get thrown in jail, and I spend the rest of my life in a Mexican jail, which I'm pretty sure is just a dirt hut. I have no idea where this came from.
I think what Mike's trying to say is he's looking forward to his trip to Nicaragua.
I am. But no, here's the thing.
And that's probably all Mike should say at this point.
See, he's also my PR guy. This is why Kelly's on the ticket. The thing is though, like I actually love people from Mexico. I love a lot of elements of Mexican culture. I've played a bunch of Mexican cultural festivals here in the US. I have this weird fear of going to Mexico though, out of anywhere in the world, and I have no idea why. It's based on absolutely nothing.
You can make him a state.
Yeah, there you go.
So I've been getting a couple of tweets, but I haven't seen any kind of reaction, positive or negative. Well, Laura says, America, fuck. Love it. Be a tool in 2020.
America, fuck.
America, fuck yeah.
That's not even, no, drop the yeah, just America, fuck. It's not even fully formed thoughts anymore. That could work. That might win us the election, Kelly.
America, fuck yeah. Oh, and look, I'm so high. Oh my God. That is funny.
That's awesome. You know that we're bound for the White House when we're creating memes right now.
And just to clarify, Dylan, you will not be offered the cabinet position of Secretary of Defense because of your dumbass idea of a ski lodge being a zombie stronghold. Disqualified yourself from consideration.
That's fair. That's fair.
I want to, you know what though? I want to get back to this Mexico thing real quick. Have any of you guys been to Mexico?
Or not?
Wait, hold on. I thought you said you want to get back to Mexico, but you're deathly afraid of it.
Yeah, no. Kelly just pensed me so hard right now.
It's my job. It's my job.
No, I want everybody to tweet at me how awesome Mexico is and convince me to go. I need to get over my fear. I need to get out to Mexico. I bet it's great.
Okay.
So Lee is willing to fund a trip to any third world country you want, but just don't come back.
What?
Ooh, that's harsh.
Well, the nice part of that is
nice.
that means I'm going to be president. So that's okay.
Yeah, but I think she
Look at
wants
that.
to.
I've been a candidate for like 15 minutes and there's an assassination plot. Obviously, I'm doing something right.
Yes, I agree. I agree. You see, I don't think the world is big enough for your ideas on how things go. So what do you think about self-driving cars? Could they ever work?
I mean, I love the idea because of my insurance issues. So I think it's great. I mean, to me, like, and I'm not a driver because of my insurance issues. So to me, it seems like the solution to the issues with self-driving cars is everybody would have to have self-driving cars, or there'd have to be lanes designated just for self-driving cars.
Have you ever considered horses? Because like a horse will never crash into another horse, if they're just, walking along.
There's no way we have the technology to create a self-driving horse. That is impossible.
That sounds like an enormous expense, Tony. And we will not do that to the American people.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we could train horses to like take people home. Like you get a horse, it takes you home. And then at night while you're sleeping, we take the horses and we put them on the front lawn and they cut your grass. So we're also helping the environment by not burning gasoline and fossil fuels to power lawnmowers and weed whackers and all this other crap.
Can you get a DUI on a horse?
No, because you wouldn't be driving. You're just along for the ride. If you can get those Amish buggies, you're sitting in the back. You could be sleeping.
If you give shrooms to a horse.
It's a RUI. It's a riding while intoxicated. It's a riding under the influence.
If it's not you that's wasted and you're just driving, like, can the horse be wasted?
Well, I was gonna say in 5 minutes ago, Mike was talking about, hey, let's give shrooms to cats and stuff, and
I don't think candidate Mike said that.
No, that was before.
That was prior to your. That was prior to your candidacy. It was.
He didn't say that.
And so, how about your position on ice cream flavored beer? Has that changed since? No,
listen, kids are funny or drunk. Everybody's funny or drunk. If right now you're considering whether or not you should have that extra shot, let me tell you right now, you're invincible when you're drunk. You're funnier when you're drunk. Everybody likes you more when you're drunk.
I think what Mike's trying to say is use good judgment.
Okay, so Bigfoot says he will throw your opponent in the river.
Yes, thank you, Bigfoot. I appreciate that.
Myrna says you can ride a donkey. A horse will never crash into another horse. Of course, is Laura. And I'll vote for you only if you have Russian chefs in the kitchen.
Is that code?
Yeah, I think we want to keep the Russians out of the campaign.
Well, all right, so wait. Everybody jumped on my ass when I said I'm afraid to go to Mexico. Like, that was a terrible thing, but we're going to say kick the Russians out of America?
No, just out of my kitchen. I don't want no Russian in my kitchen. You want a Russian in your kitchen?
Everyone's welcome in my kitchen. My kitchen is a cornucopia of humanity.
Here we go with the cornucopia. You know where this is going.
So there's the slogan. My kitchen is a cornucopia of humanity.
I just like America fuck.
Fuck yeah. No, she said America
America.
Yeah, but he was happy, yeah.
America fuck. I just spoke the language of every drunken redneck.
A lot of electoral votes in those drunken rednecks.
Oh my God.
Myrna, you need to get on. Everybody needs to get more active on Twitter. I only have 43 notifications. I want to get to 100.
I should actually get on Twitter myself. So
get on Twitter, tweet.
Hey, so Dylan, are we screwing up your light snooze here?
Well done.
Sorry.
That's fine. I don't care.
The snooze light.
I'm drinking beer. I'm all right.
Yeah, that's a sorority girl beer, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I love Zima in college just coming back, so I'm going to get none of that shit.
So have you seen the new crap that they got? Like, I saw a commercial for literally it's spiked seltzer. Like,
I've had that.
Tonight.
No, I'm actually polishing off the very last of an entire bottle to myself of Coppola Blue Label Merlot.
Nice. Where'd you steal that from?
Only the finest liquor stores.
No, but seriously, everything is hard now. They've got hard apple cider, hard root beer.
Is everything hard right now, Tony?
You know it is, baby. You know it is.
Another slogan.
You think it's hard now? It'll be soft when Mike is president.
I do like Belinsky Tool 2020. Everything's hard now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I don't think that's sending the right message, though.
Or you could do Get Hard, America Fuck. There you go.
Just gotta stick
Dylan, that's really inappropriate, all right? We're talking about running the United States of America here.
That's the ski lodge's slogans.
Yeah.
Get hard, America. Vote for Pagan Tool.
Vote to Pagan Tool. There you go.
Pagan Tool.
Well, I mean, for our classier constituency, it'll be something like you have worse options. I don't even know who the other options are yet, but I guarantee there's worse options.
Isn't Jay-Z running? No, not Jay-Z. Mr. Kim Kardashian is. Kardashian.
Kanye
yeah.
halfway through will probably have a breakdown and have to cancel the show and disappear for 6 months.
You know what? I feel bad for Kanye Kardashian because he did that music video where he's having sex with a bunch of wax sculptures and stuff like that. And you know what? I can relate to that because I used to have a lot of just female mannequin parts. So.
And what did you do? Did you exchange them for real human parts?
No, they eventually, it's weird, over the course of a few years, each of the mannequin parts broke.
Why?
Just general use.
What broke first?
Definitely the arms.
The arms. And then the torso?
No, I only had limbs. I'm not a weirdo. Come on.
Oh, so you didn't break the legs, so there's no foot fetish there.
I've never been a foot guy. There is, for you foot fetishists out there, though, which I'm sure you already know about this, but for anyone else who's just foot curious, you should right now go and Google the vajankle. Oh, wait.
Sure that's a real
You'll
thing.
thank me.
Yeah. We may be editing this from some of your stump speeches, Mike, just so you know.
It's there. Oh, and you have to be 18 or older to get into the site. Oh my God.
You're welcome, Tony. Try and unsee that.
I need to see how much these are.
I've seen them like in stores and stuff. Like these are a popular item right now.
They sell these at Foot Locker?
So Dylan, do you have a nice Memorial Day?
$249.
I mean,
holy shit.
I guess it pays if you're the first guy to think, or girl to think of the vajankle.
Did you cook out a little bit, Dylan? Did you kind of hang with the family?
Cliche thing, I did that. My daughter had her dance recital, you know.
That's good. That's good.
So for you guys who aren't Googling it, imagine a fleshlight, right? You guys know what a fleshlight is. Imagine a fleshlight, but shaped like a foot. The vajankle.
Oh, no, this is way too much. $500 if you want to get a long one.
What?
That's just way too much. $500 if you change the size from short to long, it goes up to $499.
Well, and clearly that would be 12 inches, right?
I would have thought that all of them would have been 12 inches because it's a foot.
Exactly my point.
Oh my goodness.
No dance recital went well, Dylan.
It did. How's the weather out your way, Cal?
Very good. A little cloudy, but overall too bad. Might chance of some rain tonight.
I just keep on looking at this and I have to
buy one? Is that what you have to do?
What do you have to do, Tony?
I have to stop looking.
You are able to shut your camera off.
I look at it, I laugh. Because it looks like a man's foot. It's got a toenail on it that looks like it could kill a barracuda.
Which is, of course, the natural predator of barracuda.
But could it kill a piranha?
Nothing.
Oh.
So here's the thing. And I invite Tony and Dylan to be a part of this because Kelly on air refuses to. Kelly and I had a discussion about the types of pornography we choose to consume as far as like, specific fetish oriented things, because we were having a nice, light, family friendly chat about foot fetishes the one day on our show.
So Kelly, one moment. So when Mike says Kelly and I were having a discussion, this means Mike was talking about, go ahead, continue.
So I shared with everybody, because I'm an open and sharing kind of guy, that if I were to, which obviously I don't peruse pornography, I'm running for president, but if I was to look at other people's Pornhub pages, I would be looking for women hitting each other So are you guys foot fetish guys, or do you have like a particular proclivity?
No comment, but nothing to do with feet.
I'm vanilla, so.
Wait, hold on a second. I watched that video with you and Mike when you were doing that movie, and
Wait, what?
What movie did he review with you?
I need to
It's
go back
out,
and
Mike.
look
We
at
got
my
a
Pornhub
problem.
channel.
That was Showgirls.
Well, this wasn't
It was Showgirls.
Showgirls. Okay, and Dylan had a very, very vociferous reaction to, what was her name? What's the actress's name?
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth
And
Berkley.
her xenomorphic pussy.
I
I got it in there, Mike. I got it in there, Mike.
I appreciate that, Dylan. Kelly does too.
Yeah, words elude me. Yeah.
And I believe you spent how long on that pool scene, Dylan?
It's a vanilla
About
pool
20 minutes?
scene. What is it?
The pool filled with vanilla ice cream.
Beer flavored vanilla.
Ice cream.
That's the commercial right there. You redo the pool scene from Showgirls, but it's filled with beer flavored ice cream.
And instead of an actor and an actress, it's Kelly and Mike in the pool.
No, whoa, okay. I'm drinking more.
Well, now you just made it weird, Tony. Go back to looking at your vajankle.
Oh, we're getting a little too much leg there.
Yeah, someone please talk so we don't see us.
That was in my. I'm wearing a shoe. I got a shoe on there.
He's more about the tease.
Yeah, it's always good to be covered. It's good.
Yes. So have to ask Kelly about Walking Dead, because I haven't had a chance to talk to Kelly about it, and where he stands with the last season, because we didn't have an opportunity to talk about that.
And anybody who has a question for Kelly about Walking Dead, # Walking Vajankle.
So if it's only 1 foot, and I've not done any Google research to confirm what we've got here, but if it wouldn't be hopping the jangle versus walking. Anyway, I digress. So as you and Dylan well know, and Mike wouldn't, because even when I've said it before, he wasn't listening. I read comic.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
See, there you go. Super excited to have Negan. Been a big fan of the character. I was wondering how they're going to pull it off. I liked Negan. I thought the actor playing Negan did a great job. I get that a whole lot of Negan, and there was a whole lot of Negan in this episode, gets a little bit tiring if you want, if you're rooting for the team and you want them to win. And he's kind of just messing with them. That bothered some people. I didn't mind it because I liked the performance. I thought it was slow in terms of pacing. It took an awful long time to get where they got. And I cannot stand the Garbage Pail Kids, who are not part of the comic.
Yeah. Well, Dylan has a theory that they are going to turn into the Whisperers,
along with the wolves. Yeah.
And they annoyed me also, and the pacing is a little bit crazy, but it's weird if you watch them clumped up, like if you watch them in one of those marathon thingies, you realize that not a whole lot of time actually passed in their world. So we just saw a lot of stuff in the middle. But the only negative thing I could really say, and I've mentioned this to Dylan, Simon annoys the hell out of me. Because there's certain scenes where he comes in and he acts like Negan Light. Okay. Hey, that's the word of the night, people. Light. He comes in and has the same kind of cadence and the same kind of delivery to some of his lines. And like, is he purposely doing that? Or like, was he directed to do that? Or was he, did he just pick that up and decide to do that on his own? But he just annoys me, Simon, that character.
Maybe he literally was wanting to be Negan. I am Negan. We are Negan. Maybe he literally wanted to be Negan.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him a little more than you do. I totally hear you that he is, also big personality, kind of that big kind of delivery. The whole I'm a gin guy, I'm a this guy, I'm a that guy kind of stuff. But he's got at least a little bit of menacing to him. The one I can't really stomach is the Bruce Dern looking guy that works with the Kingdom from Negan's crew, because he just seems like we woke up from a nap and he's just like, yeah, we need to do this or that. But no, I could see, and it's the same thing's kind of true with Negan when you got those really big personalities. I can grate on you, and it is not a big departure from him. It is I hadn't really looked at it that way, but there's a lot of similarities there. But I liked that actor in Westworld, so maybe some of that bias was coming forward. Rooting for him because I liked him in Westworld.
No, agree, and it's just like I said, it's not like big delivery. It seems more to me like he was actually doing Negan. Like he was imitating him somewhat, not so much that it's just a big character, because they've had big characters before, and you've got two characters that, and he doesn't do it all the time. That's the problem. But there were certain scenes where he comes in and he's like swooping around, and but I love Negan. He's my favorite character. Touch on something else. Did you catch the 12 Monkeys marathon?
I did not. I have fallen off the monkey wagon.
How about you, Dylan? Did you watch? Because we can go in depth.
No, I've never really watched 12 Monkeys, so I haven't.
Wow. Well, because this season, and I didn't particularly like what they did doing it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but there were some very Helix-like moments in the season. And if you get a chance, it's on YouTube. Just Google Jennifer Goines 99 Luft Balloons, and you could see just one of the scenes where it's just phenomenal. It's a 2.5 minute video. I would highly recommend it. But next season they're going to do normal stuff, and we'll see how it goes. So has anybody heard anything about the new Sci-Fi, like revamping? Like it was supposed to happen today, I think, June 1st or this week. They're rebranding Sci-Fi.
I just heard that they're going to be, I guess, dropping less of the original movies that we all seem to like, and are going to be focusing more on TV and their and regular movies like that. I don't think that they're sort of eliminating that aspect of it. I haven't heard much about it. They haven't really been promoting it too much.
Well, they've been throwing it in between if you watch it, because I really haven't watched it since 12 Monkeys. And it seems like like you said, they're going to be dropping more shows. I think they're still going to be doing like a Shark Week coming up.
Yeah, because we still do have one more Sharknado coming, so yeah.
But the only movie they seem to play on Sci-Fi is every time I go by, it's Independence Day. That's their new go-to movie, and I guess that will, if it's going to change every quarter or whatever. But that seems to be. I mean, I've caught it about 4 or 5 times, just channel surfing, and I watched it once.
Well, and I'm assuming it's tied to the rebranding, on July 14th, the new series Blood Drive premieres on Sci-Fi. And that is a dystopian future car race where the cars run on human body parts, which Mike and I would both like to point out are more friendly to the environment than fossil fuels.
We care about the environment. And
isn't that fossil fuels prior to fossilization?
Yeah, so it's cleaner because it's newer.
It's newer, cleaner energy.
And that's what we're trying to bring to you, America. And I'll tell you what right now, I'm stalled out at 51 notifications on Twitter. That's some bullshit. People get out there and start tweeting at us. Come on.
Your future president.
I'm not saying you'll be executed once I'm president, but I'm not saying you'll be executed once I'm president.
Well, some needs to fuel Air Force One.
Yeah, we need somebody to fuel those cars.
So we'll have a blood plane and a blood jeep.
I don't know. Snakes on a blood plane would have been a good movie.
I want a blood hot air balloon too.
Why couldn't we use animal parts? Good animal parts.
Blood Zeppelin.
Blood Zeppelin.
Oh my God!
Because it'd be cruel to use animals, Tony.
Not even cats on mushrooms.
Correct.
Cats on Shrooms sounds like the best kid show. Like, I would sit and watch that all day with like 100 kids. Because when you're president, right? Don't you have to do shit with kids?
Yeah,
like,
we do.
Like Bush 2, The Revenge. There's all that famous footage of him reading to those kids. Like, I'm going to be expected to go out and do something with kids.
Yeah, but it'll all be heavily supervised. So
you can create blood sport then. There you go.
Yeah, but a 7-year-old's not even
like Kid Fight Club.
Kid Fight Club. We talked about this before.
Is it Toddler Fight Club or Kid? Where are we at? What's the?
I like Toddler Fight Club.
Well, wouldn't there be like different age and weight ranges, like the way what they have in Ultimate Fighting and boxing? Like you'd have.
No, fuck all that. Toddler Fight Club. Because here's the thing, like toddlers all still like each other. They don't have like deep-seated grudges and hatreds yet. I don't want the drama and the backstory. I just want it pure, clean violence on children.
Okay.
And you get some toddler, he's ruling the toddler division, just kind of cleaning house, gets a little cocky. We pair him up against an 8-year-old and he cleans his clock.
Beats the fuck out of that kid.
That happens.
The thing, and that's when we do those mispairings, we do like what is it, WrestleMania, the big like pay-per-view events for wrestling?
Yeah.
Correct.
So we'll do like baby blood sport or something like that. Like we'll workshop the title, but something along those lines. Make it like a pay-per-view hosted by the president. Come on.
You should do that prior to.
I'm allergic to cats, so I'll just be like surrounded by like hairless cats that are super high.
Or maybe we could just shave them all for you. You like your pussy shaved, right, Mike?
Tony, that's really inappropriate, all right? We're trying to do a family show here.
Quit dressing up our Toddler Fight Club.
Don't sully betting on children beating each other by bringing in something sexual to it.
But the money will go to the schools, so it's okay.
There you go.
That'll make it all better.
Listen, everybody wants a better teacher-to-student ratio. You start picking off some of those kids, you got it. Education reform, bitch. That's how it's done.
Only the weak ones won't make it, so it'll work out.
And you know what? It'll clean up the city schools too.
Social Darwinism at its finest.
Will we get a champ of the toddler division? Like, will we have like rankings and stuff?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, here's the thing we have to watch out for, though. Like, we have to Children of the Corn, though. Like, once they hit a certain age, you got to kill them.
Okay, we didn't really kind of go through the whole plan before we rolled it out. Like to maybe
again, we're just spitballing here.
Yeah, that'd be a choice. But we might want to explore others.
Okay, so here goes something that you may or may not want to hear.
By the way, after I said we just killed toddlers, I got more notifications on Twitter. So obviously the American people are responding.
One of the more ghoulish suggestions that we have, and I'd like you guys to respond to it. Mike can promote school lunches made of tiny body parts. Would that be something? And that's
tiny's a relative term. So like tiny to us as adults, or tiny compared to other toddlers. Like is it like the scrawny kid that's not good enough to fight, so we just kill him to feed the other kids?
Soylent Green is people.
I'm not saying we should do that. This is all hypothetical. I just want to stress that.
Yeah, I think
just in case somehow this comes back during the campaign. Yeah. I just want to say that all this child murder talk is hypothetical.
Figuratively.
Keep it hard, America. Keep it hard.
Nice save, Mike.
Myrna's just trying to get to the bottom of this, because Myrna's going to be stuck in a car with Corey and I going to Snarkstock. So she's trying to see, like, you know, how bad of a time she's about to have.
Until you run low on gas.
And somebody's got a few
outside of a preschool. Go bank me then.
No school nearby. Myrna's there. She looks like she's got good fuel economy. Gotta do what you gotta do. We're looking forward to
that's gonna be a great. That's got to be a great pickup line. You look like you have good fuel economy.
Hey, baby. You look low emission.
Yeah, on a drive like that, you want low emissions inside and outside the car.
Are you 36? Are you 36 on the city or in the highway? Oh, sorry.
How do you take human fuel for a test drive?
You'll figure it out.
I do not know.
Yeah. So Kelly, you were going to say something before I rudely interrupted.
Yeah. So can we take a moment on Snarkstock for a second? Because I've got a question.
Okay.
There are going to be children at Snarkstock. Am I correct in understanding this?
You call them children. We call them fuel.
Yeah. First of all, I hadn't really connected those dots, but
children, the new fossil fuel. Like the other white meat, they're the new fossil fuel.
You are all veterans of Snarkstocks.
Yes.
Did past Snarkstocks is the one thing to say, you know what would be great here right now for their development and non-scarring is children. Is that the way it was? Or?
Well, I will tell you, at the first two Snarkstocks, and I did not attend Baltimore, but I did not see anybody younger than 18, except for some pictures of Dylan's kids, but Dylan was local.
They were up in the first one. My kids were up there with Jerry's kids, so they were
cool. Right.
They were not part of the actual Snarkstock. They were hanging out at Jerry's house with the other boys, and then they got a babysitter there. And then the one in Philly there was no children in the one in Philly, and then the one in Baltimore, my kids were only with us for a short time, because our sitter was doing something else, and then Dawn left and took them over there. So they weren't there for the majority of it. They were there for a little bit of it, but that was about it.
I don't remember them.
And don't get me wrong here.
I was super high.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is where I'm going with this. Just to hang with me here, because it's not a criticism. Super cool. It sounds great, and particularly because we're going to be a distance away, and the big events.
And they're going to get to meet the next president.
Yeah, that's the point. I just want to make sure everybody's aware. They do know Mike is going to be there, right?
Wait, why are you just focusing on me? Why is this not and Corey's going to be there? Like, why is it just Mike is going to be there?
Because I've talked to Corey and I've talked to you, and I'm pretty comfortable in saying Mike is going to be there, and that's the thing to watch.
Yeah, I guess it'd be okay. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if I haven't heard anything about it. I don't even know if we're going to be there. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Dawn's taking care of all the planning, but she hasn't talked to me about any of this. I don't know what the plan is yet. It's next weekend.
So Dawn's just keeping you in the dark about Snarkstock?
Yeah, so we're either going to be there or not be there. I really honestly don't know. So we'll see. If we're there, then I don't think we'll take our kids down to Atlanta. I think we'd probably have them with a sitter. But Amy Figaro's kid might be there, so that's even worse because she's one.
That's the perfect age to meet the future president.
Yeah.
This would be a good time, too, to note to everyone that I am an ordained minister. So if any baptisms are required while we're there, I am happy to perform them for free for Snarkstock.
Yeah. And Mike, just let everybody know before you go over, and because one of the things that you're going to have to do is kiss babies. Just let the people know that you're going to kiss the baby, not suck the ever-living blood out of its neck, because some people may think that you have vampiric ways.
I'm going to keep the makeup to a minimum just so not to scare the children. I will have whatever. I haven't chose yet my summer nail color. So everyone will get to discover my summer nail color at Snarkstock. So if you didn't have a reason to go before.
I never noticed you painting your nails in the summertime before, Mike.
Yeah, I take it on and off of my hands depending on where I am. But my toenails are always painted. They're black all year except for the summer. I usually go with a lighter color.
And okay, so whenever I've seen you, you've never worn open-toed shoes, so.
Well, I mean, not when you first come over, but after I get you good and Cosby'd up.
Allegedly. I like to say allegedly in this way.
Pence jumps in with the allegedly. That's why he's my running mate.
When is that nightmare gonna start?
It's next week.
I hear there's Twitter notifications pinging at Cosby'd up.
Yeah. The only reason I mention that is because I go into that area where that courthouse is, and the one time I think that he appeared so far, like last year, I was in that area and it was just a mess because that courthouse is in Norristown, Mike.
Oh, you're talking about Cosby.
Yeah, Cosby.
For a second, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, listen, I haven't been to court in a while.
That's right. So if so Laura's done some incredibly quick and impressive artwork, so it looks like we got some campaign material already, Mike. So
that's amazing.
It's well
can we share it
so
on this,
nice.
like on the Hangout?
I don't know. I expect we could, but take a.
You can purchase it. I mean, it's on Poster My Wall, so you can buy as much as you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to need an assumed name, I think.
Can someone show me this artwork? Because I'm not actually on Twitter. I'm paying attention to the show.
No, Kelly just had it up on the screen. Kelly, talk and show it again.
So, yeah, sorry for that laser-like attention you show, Mike. I'll try it again. Do you have your camera on, Mike?
Well,
or not your? Can you see our cameras? I should say.
I can see you. Yeah.
Okay, you're so lucky. All right. So there you go. See, this is what I was holding up.
Fuck yeah. That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. This is what I was holding up at length as I was talking a minute ago. That apparently.
And if you look at the small print, it does say pagan tool.
Going as deep as you need. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna want to maybe refine some of that before we go to mass.
Listen, sometimes you need to get all up in America.
That's a choice.
And then you can throw in, we don't pull out.
Of the Paris Agreement.
We're just going to plow those problems.
Oh, so we're getting into farming now, Mike?
Obviously, yeah. There's a certain cash crop that is very important to me. That I don't want to give anything away, but will be a major focal point of my campaign. And by that, I mean the first leg of the campaign, the Pagan Drones and Blowjobs tour.
Make it legal, Mike. Make it legal.
Dylan knows.
He does. He even says
See
it
what I
on his
did there? Because that's the name of his show.
Ironically, yes.
That was really clever. Somebody tweet about that.
And at Mike. Feel good about himself.
That's funny. That is hysterical.
Nicely done, Laura.
That is awesome.
Very
Thank you
nicely
so
done.
much.
So we've talked about, I mean, the focal point of this conversation is the presidency and the candidacy. So we've talked about domestic policy a little bit.
I mean, a little bit, just the tip, if you will.
Yes.
We haven't really delved too deeply in.
We've focused on all our foreign policy. We've spoken about has been about Mexico and Nicaragua. But are there any other foreign countries that you would like to take?
Let's see. Well, obviously, one of my most important cabinet members is Christian, and he's going to be in Spain later this month. The next month, I'll be in Costa Rica and Nicaragua. So, you know, we're taking the message to the people all around the world.
No Amsterdam?
No, not yet. But I hear the type of stuff you can get in Amsterdam, and by that, of course, I mean coffee, is available in abundance in Costa Rica and Nicaragua. So,
how about Asia? Do you plan on campaigning in the Asian realm?
I would love to campaign everywhere. I'm starting on a grassroots level. So, you know, I might hit like super awesome like restaurants and stuff like that first. But I would love, no, seriously, I would love to travel everywhere, and I want Kelly to come with me. And
at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and we might, for continuity of power, not do that, just in case something. That'd be
in case of the assassination attempt.
Yes. Yeah, come on.
You don't want them to skewer both of us like original Friday 13th Kevin Bacon death style.
Exactly.
You're welcome, everyone, for that reference. Every stoned person listening to this, you're welcome.
Okay, so how about our neighbor to the north? Any comments on Canada?
Canada's it's a tough one because obviously we love Bronwyn. I think she's done an incredible job representing everyone and speaking for everyone in her entire nation. But I still don't trust those damn Canadians. I don't know about you guys. They're the real enemy. That's who we have to watch out for. Everybody's focused on Mexico and North Korea right now, and they are not thinking about Canada, and that's where the shit's gonna go down.
I think what Mike is trying to say is we should be ever vigilant.
You could not have picked a better running mate.
It's true. I mean, he completes me.
Nobody puts Kelly in the corner.
Hold on one second, gentlemen. I'm gonna have to mute my mic for a second.
Thank God.
I'll return. I'm just gonna be gone a minute.
Okay.
It's got to adjust his
So
jangle.
it's good time to wrap it up, guys. I think.
We got a couple more minutes on this, and then I want to go through my little trivia thing real quick.
Oh, okay.
Trivia.
Well, it's not trivia. It's we've done this before. Me trying to stump you guys with some stuff, but we'll when Mike comes back. That dude.
Hello, everybody. I am back.
Okay.
Sorry about that. There was a tiny human interruption.
Tiny humans are always.
And obviously you took care of it, right?
Yes, I did. I was like, you get back out there and you keep training because the fights are coming, kid.
A quick arm bar. Those bones are flexible.
I was like, I listen, you go downstairs, you take your growth hormones, and I want to see you fighting dirty.
Sweep the leg.
So, Mike, we're going to start wrapping this up, and I've got a little trivia thing, but is there any other points that you'd like to put forward on your candidacy?
We are going to launch a merch store so that everyone can support our campaign. by buying Belinsky Tool t-shirts. We want everybody to get out there. We want you to support our campaign, show everybody where your political affiliation lies, and I promise you we are going to go deep into this thing, and we are not pulling out.
Of the Paris Accord.
America, fuck.
I just want to qualify one more thing, just quick to clear the whole question on kids at Snarkstock comes along the lines of, I can only do so much to manage Mike. That was my main point. I was
going to say, we never really did go anywhere with that.
I just wanted everybody, I am going to do my best, but I'll do my best.
Why isn't it Corey? Why isn't it like, oh, Mike and I are going to have to try to wrangle Corey?
Oh, gee. I don't know why, Mike.
Well,
you go back and listen to that show.
Let me just.
Oh, and as long as we're on that, right before we get into the trivia thing, this would be a good opportunity for me to invite officially both Dylan and, of course, Tony Solo to be a part of the dick array for the Pagan website. And basically what we're doing is we're going to post a ton of dick pics. It's not going to show who you are. It's just going to be a close crop picture of your dick. And people are going to look at the dick array and they're going to try and pick Christian and myself out of the dick array. And if they can guess us both correctly, there's going to be a cash prize for the first person to do so.
Pretty hard to turn that down, isn't it, fellas?
And that's how your next president gets things done.
Yeah, I'm sure I could maybe find a picture I could send you and say it's me.
Oh, really? How many are available to you, Tony?
I don't know. What you got to do is Google it, dude. I haven't tried that yet. I don't usually look at male anatomy, but it didn't take me long to find the vaginal.
That's probably autofilled for you. Who knows?
That is the funniest thing I've seen in a while, dude. I got to say. Oh, man. So, anyway, in the past, what we've done, and Mike, pipe in, if you have any other points that you want us to ponder.
I mean, I just want everybody to remember during this show, just sporadically throughout your day tomorrow, just like you would any amazing inspirational catchphrase, like what would Jesus do or anything like that. Just say America, fuck, at some point tomorrow. Or, and if you can't get there on your own, just turn on the TV. You'll get there.
So anyway,
somebody's going to go live on Facebook.
All right. So anyway, we've done this in the past. I've got some headlines I'm going to read to you guys, and you guys are all going to tell me whether or not you think that they are real or fake.
I feel like now more so than ever, that's impossible.
There's some truth to that.
Fake
so do
news.
we say real headline or light headline? Is that what we do here?
No, real or fake.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep score.
Fake snooze or snooze light.
Yeah. Fake snooze or real snooze.
And just remember, everybody, hashtag America Fuck. Make sure you guys let everybody know to watch this over and over again so that we can tell you what's real news, what's fake news, your future president and vice president. You're going to want to watch this over and over again on YouTube. We're going to grab YouTube by the kitten videos. Let's do this, Tony.
Okay.
And children are our future.
Children are our future fuel.
Fuel, yes. You have to add that one word there.
Bring all your kids to Snarkstock. I need to get home.
The chubbier, the better.
I'm going through 6 states. I need some kids.
Yeah, and a couple of them are like twin level. You're going to have a pair of kids to get through a few of those states. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is...
This is a 2-child state.
Texas, it's like a 4-kidder. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to need a whole preschool filled with gas.
Yeah, all you got to do is just get the addresses of all the elementary schools on the way and all of the baseball fields, because there'll be kids playing Little League.
Mike already has those due to other requirements that he has to do.
Avoiding those areas.
Distance he needs to keep. Yeah, so that's already in his Google Maps. He's good.
Kelly beat me to it. My bottle of Merlot slowed me down. My reaction time isn't what it used to be an hour ago.
So, a great white shark leaps into an Australian fisherman's boat. Nobody is killed.
Yay!
I mean, so did he like give it a beer and was just like, dude, chill the fuck out. Let's talk it out.
Those Australian great whites are different than the American ones.
I mean, once it's in the boat,
funny.
all right, and I'm not trying to like be sarcastic here. Once it's in the boat, as long as you're staying away from its mouth, how dangerous is it really?
The great white sharks get pretty big. And
Like
they're
once it's
thrashing
already
around.
in the boat, if it hasn't, I mean, is weed legal in Australia? What's a great white shark leg high? Sharks on shrooms. Sci-Fi
like-
Channel. I'm copyrighting that shit. Call
like
me up. Sharks on shrooms.
I'll go with fake news there, Tone.
Okay, Dylan gets an F.
All right.
Kelly
I will go that's an actual headline.
and Mike.
I'm gonna go with that's an actual headline because I'm not. As long as you stay away from like the thrashing tail or chomping mouth, I'm pretty sure you'd be all right once it's already on the boat.
Great white
Based on
shark
absolutely no experience.
A great white shark jumped into a 73-year-old fisherman's boat, and he lived to tell about it. With little more than a skinned arm, the shark was about 7 feet long and weighed about 450 pounds.
How does the shark get a skinned arm?
I thought it would have sunk his boat. That's why I said false.
Oh, right. Next one.
See, I just want to point out, I'm not 100+ days into office and haven't accomplished anything yet. First day of my campaign, I knew what was fake news and what was real news.
Yeah, because this is over now. Everything else is just
Boom. That's all you needed to know. I know what fake and real shark stories sound like.
Next one. Germans are building an underground pipeline for beer. Germans are building a beer pipeline.
Sure, why not? It's true.
I'll go with Dylan. I'll say that's true as well.
Going false.
All right. So Kelly's batting 1,000.
But I just want to point out he's still a part of the campaign, so that's a win for us.
Germany is constructing an underground beer pipeline. It's all going to be over 4 miles long, and it will transport beer to a metal music festival taking place in August. So
Is it what music festival does it say?
it doesn't say. It's just it's a quick little blurb that I found. But I was like, a beer pipeline and Germany. I would have thought that's real because Germans are synonymous with beer.
Mike and I, as part of our platform, were considering doing the same thing, but it was going to be, of course, a light beer pipeline.
And I'm always up for the pipeline.
Or just whatever. Okay. You may have heard this one. It's a big story coming out of Florida. A Florida man crashes into a fire hydrant and drowns. A Florida man crashes into a fire hydrant and drowns. Kelly.
It's a light headline. I'm going to go false.
Okay.
If it was going to happen, that would be the state, but I'm still going to say false.
Mike.
Oh, wait. So I say I'm afraid to go to Mexico, but he can just shit on Florida? Nobody says anything?
On Florida. Sorry, Lee.
You know what? I'm going to say that that's false as well.
Yeah, I'll go with false on that too.
You're all wrong.
Oh,
Florida man died on his 89th birthday when he crashed his car into a fire hydrant and drowned. The
He
man
might have been dying anyway.
Yeah.
He veered off the road and into a hydrant on Wednesday in the town of Vera, 40 miles southeast of
Ironically.
Orlando.
Vera in Drownda County.
Too bad it wasn't Vera. He was unhurt after the crash, but when he tried to get out of his car, the water pressure pinned him to the car and drowned him. He fell down and was drowned under his car, was pinned by the water pressure from the hydrant.
I mean, he probably wouldn't have voted for us anyway, so fuck that guy. I'm just kidding. Don't get all worked up. Everybody, your votes don't count.
And we mentioned this place earlier. North Korea debuts its new iPad. So the North Koreans have come up with a piece of technology that they're calling the iPad, and they've just debuted it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? True.
True for Dillon. Mike?
I'm going to say it's false because I don't think they would actively give people technology, even if it's like crazy fake bootleg technology.
Good point.
And I'm going to go false too because it would seem like they're just debuted their first iPod versus iPad.
What would you even be able to listen to though? Because like, I have a feeling the iTunes store is pretty limited there.
Kim Jong-un's greatest hits on the iPad. A North Korean company claims to have invented the iPad. It's called the Ryu Hung iPad. It's a trademark violation, but that hasn't stopped anybody from North Korea from doing that before.
Yeah, it's only a trademark violation if they recognize your trademark, and I have a feeling they don't.
They do not. And last but not least,
Yeah,
on the same note, can we just throw in fuck China too?
You know that China and Korea are different places, Mike.
No, I know. And that's
okay,
why
good. Just
yeah,
making
no,
sure.
Of course I do. I'm a worldly gentleman, sir. I'm going to Nicaragua, the pearl of Central America.
I threw out Asia before, and I gave you an opportunity earlier to say fuck China, and
that's true. All right, let me rephrase that then. So officially, like we have letters from their government, all pagan music is banned in China, and I'm not allowed to perform there. So fuck China, and I guess if I'm going to Asia, I won't be going to China. I have a feeling North Korea wouldn't invite me in either.
Yeah. As a head of state, you will be able to. Yeah. There you go.
That's true.
Way around
and you could play your music as you're getting off the plane, and you could say, yeah, fuck you, China, getting off the plane.
We'll play a new song called Fuck You, China.
Bet you Japan would love you.
I think what Mike's trying to say is we will have spirited conversations with the Chinese on their music copyright rules.
I'm just kidding, because don't we owe a substantial debt to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Illinois. We owe a debt to everyone. So.
Hey, you at least, like everyone else in this country, gets to use the adopted motto of "At least we're not Michigan."
It's true. We gotta be careful. A lot of electoral votes up there, Mike. Don't be bashing Michigan.
That's true. I love Michigan. I own one. This is real. I own 1 square foot of land in Detroit. So
where do you stand on children's concentration camps, Mike?
That's
yeah, and I was going to say they already exist. It's our education system.
Good answer. Now, I was just wondering, because that would be a great way to get the fight, the kiddie fight title or fight club going, is you get all the kids around and put them in one place.
We have a lighthearted conversation about children as fuel, and Tony's got to destroy it.
Weird.
I know.
Make it all dark. It's just disappointing. Very disappointing.
And the thing with Children Fight Club, though, is this isn't just about child abuse as entertainment. What we're doing is we're finding and breeding our next generation that will defend this country. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna be like, and when I look around at like the youth of today, I'm like, man, if we were invaded, we were fucked.
Well, technically, you are the commander in chief. So if you get elected president, so yeah, you don't have to. You just say,
oh yeah, no, sitting in the White House, I'll be with everyone in spirit, but not like physically there. Like obviously, and this goes for any major country, obviously, or any major world power. It's not like your commander in chief is on the front lines with you, and I have no intention of breaking that streak.
Last one. And I'll take you first on this one. George W. Bush photobombs a reporter.
You said you'll take me first?
Yep.
I think that's 100% true. He's lighthearted.
Dylan?
Yeah, it's true.
And Kelly?
I will go true as well.
True. The final score is Dylan 3, Kelly 3, and Mike 2. That was true. George W. Bush did photobomb a Fox Sports reporter. He was at a Texas Rangers game, and he walked behind her, and he learned about photobombing at the inauguration from his daughters earlier this year. And he saw a camera and decided he was going to photobomb.
I mean, if you're going to get photobombed by anybody, it should be a former president, right?
Yep. So all of the stories were true.
On an off-topic sort of serious issue, has anyone seen his paintings? I've read a lot about them, but I haven't actually seen them.
W,
yeah.
I have not.
A book of his paintings was just published, and I haven't actually seen them yet, but I've seen a lot of articles about the book of paintings.
Let's see if there's anything on the old Google.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do too. George W.
Yeah, that's exactly what you guys are Googling right now.
He's like, that's what we're looking up right now. George W. Bush painting as they type Vajankle.
Yeah, as if Vajankle. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure.
He's not doing paintings of that, is he?
No, it's actually like pretty crazy. He's done world leaders and stuff. They look almost.
Yeah,
I mean, everything I've read is fairly positive about these things. So, like, I'm assuming these are not like finger paintings. Like these are.
No, he's actually using a brush, paintings. But they almost look like chalk type things. Like
here's a picture of his dad. So.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to go back to this and actually pay attention to what we're doing.
Okay. That's a picture of his dad. So, that's George H.W. Bush. I think he had Putin in there too. That's Putin, right? That's Putin, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's done the Dalai Lama, couple other people. He did Jay Leno too.
He did himself.
Can you like commission him for family portraits and stuff like that?
I think you might be able to get him at kids' parties.
He doesn't want to see that violence going on.
Before and after the Fight Club.
Yep. I think we need to utilize him for our campaign material, Mike. Have him do a portrait of each of them.
Yeah, we would have great portraits by him. Then we get out on the campaign trail. I'm kissing babies. Kelly's throwing them in the wood chipper that makes them into gas. It's perfect. It's like an assembly line. We're bringing big business back.
I think what Mike's trying to say is we're looking forward to meeting the people.
So, all this political talk, where do you stand on the economy and jobs?
I like jobs.
They're good.
Once again, on the same page. See that, people? We didn't even plan that. We didn't know that. We didn't know that question was coming.
What sort of jobs do you like the best, Mike?
The ones that pay.
Lots of money. And you don't have to work hard.
Boom. We're killing it. That's why we're running for office.
Awesome.
Okay, so now we've touched on we've done foreign policy, jobs.
We're ready to touch on everything. As long as you give us the emphatic yes, we're going to touch on everything.
All sorts of jobs.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I'm only at 70 notifications on Twitter. We got to get it up to 100. Get on Twitter right now because we're wrapping this thing up, I believe. Get on Twitter right now. Tweet at us.
Tweet Mike to see what kind of job you want.
Yeah, tweet at me what job you want in our cabinet, and I will tell you financially what it will cost for you to get that job.
Yeah, and we'd prefer cash, if you don't mind.
Hashtag the American way.
So wait, then maybe I can become Secretary of Defense if I give you enough money?
No. There isn't enough money in the world.
You know who I think would be a good Secretary of Defense? I think Vex would be a good Secretary of Defense.
I kind of want Vex as a press secretary.
Oh, that would be greght. Who's Christian? What's Christian going to be then?
Oh.
Got to find something for Vicky Odesso to do.
Ooh, we do. Christian.
Department of the Interior.
That's pretty solid. I could see that. I could
see that one. Now, the real question, and this might be the first division between Kelly and I running on this ticket together. Where does Rebecca Kennedy fit into this?
Well, by the time you run, Mike, she will be turned completely against you due to some fake news campaign out of Russia that continues to paint stories there. Oh, but Rebecca is clearly in charge of. There's a Secretary of Arts, right? We'll make one.
There is now.
There is now, and it's Rebecca. And she'll be awesome at it.
For Secretary of Education, you need to find somebody who's willing to step up and train these kids on the blood sport and the toddler fight club, right?
Absolutely. And I'm going to need a pretty solid, maybe this can be an arm of the Secret Service, I'm not sure, but a pretty solid lineup of women fighting each other in the Oval Office.
That's right. Coming back full circle now.
It's kind of more of a shadow cabinet there, I think.
Fun times.
Wow, I'm just amazed and appalled. About okay, so we did mention your future fuel.
Yes,
so
children.
Who is going to take over the Department of Energy? Because that's got to be someone, and I would guess a female, because you're probably going to need someone who's quite motherly in that role.
True. I have a couple of people in mind. We're going to have to narrow it down, though, because I don't know. Oh, you know who I think would be perfect for that? Probably Reggie.
Okay. So what you could do is, to cut the federal budget is combined energy with health, education, and welfare.
Well, first off, we can get rid of health and welfare, I'm sure, right?
Because everybody's going to have awesome jobs.
Everybody's going to have great jobs. You don't need health care.
Buy your way out of it, eat sickness.
You can buy your way out of it, and we're going to make, street drugs good again. So, hashtag make Molly great again.
I think what Mike's trying to say is not what he just said.
And Kelly can't spin that any other way. He means exactly the opposite of what he just said. He's going to review his position on that topic and get back to us. What he really
I need
meant
more
to say
people
was,
tweeting at us, though.
Make
More people
mescaline
need to get out
great
there and
again.
make mescaline great again. Bring back Quaaludes.
Shit, yeah.
So Myrna, a little tweet from Myrna here. Touch it, jobs are good. How much can I touch? Yes, sir. So I'm going to let you field that one, Mike. I think.
Touching jobs are good. Yeah, I think I need to let Kelly answer these ones.
I think the best touching job is a Hallmark card writer. Just meaningful
We don't
writing
pull out.
of the Paris Accord.
And Laura just tweeted out, I want Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Fuck.
Yeah, we're going to tack that on the end of all the titles.
That or
America,
shit, yeah.
Just
Department of Energy, fuck.
Now, I was thinking more along the lines of Department of Energy. Shit, yeah. Because you got to have a shit, yeah. You can't all be fucks.
They can always all be fucks.
yeah, don't tell Mike what he can do. he's an out of the box thinker.
We're breathing new life back into America. Can all be fucks.
Sweetie, how do you feel about executive orders?
I mean, my first executive order is something that plays into the actual tour name itself, which is something that everyone who knows us and is around the band long enough becomes indoctrinated to, which is once you're on the road, and this is for anyone and whatever you do, blowjobs don't count as cheating. So first executive order, if you're on a road trip, blowjobs
And we
aren't
like
cheating.
great jobs.
What did you say?
And we like great jobs.
That's kind of a touching job too.
It's a touching job.
High-paying job.
It's another one where I think what Mike was going to say is not what he just said.
It's a high-paying job. Allegedly.
Also, I think we need to focus more on decentralized cryptocurrencies.
So there are a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Will you do anything to try to shed some light on some of these ongoing conspiracy theories like JFK, 9/11, moon landing?
Well, I'm going to start with the
John
ones
Benet Ramsey.
that we all know and love the best. Like right now, a really popular one is, of course, the whole flat Earth thing. So I'm going to start with something like that and just explain to everybody the Earth isn't flat or round; it's square. I think that we all know that, right? So it's time the
flat
American
on
people
all
knew that
six
as well.
sides. Okay.
Only one
It's like-
actor played Darren in the series Bewitched, so we need to kind of clarify.
So now
that.
you're getting into the
Big
Mandela
crowd.
effect.
Well, here, all right, I'm going to give away the biggest secret right now, and I could be violating some sort of national security thing right now, but you know what? I'm your next fucking president, so I can do what I want. So I'm going to tell you right now, the moon landing conspiracy is real, but it's not what you think. The conspiracy isn't that we faked landing on the moon; it's that we faked the moon.
That is mind-blowing.
There was never a moon. That's just a projection on the dome over the flat Earth.
So we
Okay.
didn't cover this before the show, so get back to you on that.
So I take it from your vice president's position here that you need to go back and relook at your talking points, Mike.
Well, I don't think this is something that's traditionally going to come up in our town hall meetings.
What are you up to now? Because it sounded like you just got another notification.
We're up to 73 right now. Come on, people. We need to get up to 100. Got to keep these tweets coming. We must be twitting about.
So Myrna continues to tweet, and she said she was only drinking coffee tonight, and I'm skeptical at this point in time.
You don't know Myrna.
I'm very, very skeptical.
And I know Kelly is too. I'm excited to party with Myrna in Atlanta. And a bunch of kids.
Forewarned is forearmed. That's all I'm saying. So,
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm great around tiny humans.
Okay, that is.
And
Yeah.
I know how to make them all really funny.
Okay. With that being said, any closing remarks, Kelly?
no, I think I've said more than enough tonight. So I'm good. Except this was fun. Nice to get back together and do this. So
It was
Thanks
a
for
lot
that.
of fun. Dylan and I will be back next Thursday to do the real snooze, not snooze light. This is again, Kelly, the birthday thing was just so we could get to the Mike presidency thing, blah, blah, blah. And Mr. President, do you have any last words before we sign out?
Absolutely. I want everybody to obviously go to all of our respective sites, listen to all of our respective podcasts, go on and listen to as much pagan stuff as you possibly can. But most importantly, come out to Snark Stock, share a drink with us and your kids, and then chop them up and ride home.
I'd like to clarify, any human can serve as fuel, not just children.
That's a good point,
It's a
Kelly.
little creepy when we set her on
Snark Stock
children.
2017 is the official launch of Toddler Fight Club.
Wait, what did I miss?
Snark Stock 2017 will be the official launch of Toddler Fight Club.
Okay. So how'd you get? Just one last question. Did anybody see my new hero, Mr. Met, on TV or on the web?
Giving the finger to everybody.
Yeah. Did you see that, Kelly?
Who?
Mr. Met.
Who's that?
I saw an article. I didn't get a chance to. So
sports-
Mr. Met doesn't have any fingers, does he?
He's got, and this is the amazing thing. I think Mr. Met only has 4. So, Mike, it's baseball is a sport. You might want to read up on that a little bit because the president is known to throw out balls at baseball games.
Throw my balls all the time.
So Mr. Met is a guy with a Met uniform, and his head is a big giant baseball. And after a losing game on
Any Met game.
this year, yeah. Holy shit. Anyway, he was walking into one of the, interior parts of the stadium, and a fan said something because they wanted to give him a high five, and Mr. Met just turns around and gave him the finger. And it's the middle finger, but Mr. Met only has 4, so like he hit his thumb or did something like that. But it made me laugh. It was pretty funny. And a lot of people think he was fired, but here's the thing. The official statement that I heard early this morning, and it may have changed, was that individual will no longer wear the Mr. Met costume. So a lot of people assumed that meant he was fired, but guess what? It just means he ain't wearing the costume no more. And even if they didn't fire him and he went back out the next day, nobody would know it was the same guy because you can't tell he's a big, giant baseball head. But anyway. So with Mr. Met, we'll end this thing. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching and sticking around so long. We'll do this again sometime later this year. To check in, I guess we will call it Snarkalec Radio, the run for the White House, and we'll see how the campaign is progressing.
It's going to be epic, kids.
Might do a town hall. We could do that.
We have to. Good night, everyone.
Tweet at Official Pagan.
America fuck.
Yes. Yeah. Going hard, never pulling out.
Shit, yeah.
For the Paris Accord.